Alex Wong. I graduated from Melbourne Uni in Australia, and I specialized in accounting and finance. I got my chartered practicing accounting in year 2002. In InTune, I run the business development segment. I'm also a certified partner accounting running with my wife. My wife is actually the other partner that runs the firm.
My name is Lily Yong. I'm graduated with a corporate finance degree from University of Adelaide, Australia. My first job is with Ernst & Young, an accounting firm, for 5 years. Then I moved on to manage an internal audit department for an Australian listed company. I'm a member of Certified Practicing Accountant Australia and also a member of Malaysian Institute of Accountants. So in InTune, I am the managing partner. I take care of the sales, business development, and also overseeing the operations at InTune. So I've been a practicing accountant for the last 20 over years.
The company was started long time ago when I was still with KPMG. So during that time, I got a lot of friends who are having complication and stress when they run business. And most of their challenge is they cannot hire an accountant. So as a result, they always only hire maybe a clerk or an exec. A lot of time they have a lot of issues with their finance, payment, sometimes the money get lost, sometimes the accounts don't close in time, payment is not done in time. So the time when they wanted to hire me, then I was thinking, how are they going to pay me? Like if they were to hire me and I charge them 10,000 for SME, how can they afford me? So I went back and I think, and then one day I got this idea. This idea just popped up. If 5 of them combine, each one maybe pay me 3,000 a month, then I can serve 5 of them at one shot. I become like a HQ accountant to 5 of them. Then I can assemble a team to actually support them, and that's how InTune was formed. In terms of the company, our team structure is divided into sales and operation. So the sales is very simple. We serve our client by understanding their need, and then we provide them the solution. In terms of the operation, is divided into 2 segments currently. We have the finance, which take care of the day-to-day accounting for our client, from payment to preparing the financial statement. Another team that we have is doing the HR and payroll service to ensure that the day-to-day of the salary and remuneration, including compliance, are taken care of. As an accountant, as a service provider, we need to be able to sync along, tune into the processes of our client and customize. For example, maybe a manufacturing client would be very different from a trading client. So InTune means as a provider, we are tuning into their needs and requirements.
The vision of InTune is to be the leading finance and human resource outsourcing provider in Malaysia. In this vision, we want to create financially driven entrepreneurs and businesses who runs their business based on numbers, analytics in driving their business to their goals. The mission of InTune is to support every small medium enterprises becoming large by being their strong finance and HR pillars for their businesses. This means that we are providing them a team of knowledgeable professionals with strong processes and workflow to support them in their growth journey becoming large. There are 3 main types of services being provided at InTune. Number 1 is the finance, number 2 is the human resource, and number 3 is the consultancy. So in terms of finance, so what we do is that we do the everyday accounting and finance functions for our small medium enterprises clients, like preparing payments, even issuing invoice, official receipts, reconciling their sales collection on an everyday basis, up to giving them a financial dashboards and accounts every month, up to on a half-yearly basis to sit with them and review their financial dashboards, and at the end of the year to take care of their audit and taxes on their behalf. That's on the finance side. So the second type of service that we provide for our client is human resource related, which means we take care of their payroll. We make sure that the payrolls are calculated correctly, accurately, on time, and in compliance with all labor laws, EPF, SOCSO, etc. And then taking care of the leave for their staff and making sure that at year end, all the forms, all the compliance matters with Income Tax Office is complied with. So in terms of HR, we also assist our clients to issue HR related letters, like when a new staff come on board, to give them the employment letter, when they confirm, and if there's any increase in salary, bonus, we help them out with all those pay.
Good evening, everybody. It's time of the month again. Yeah. Welcome if this is your first time, and welcome back if you are recurring with us in our SME community. Please subscribe and share this live feed. Tonight, we are going to talk about managing debtors. I think with this lockdown and this current environment, collection has always been a major topic. A lot of our clients always ask us, Alex, I've been having this debt, and then because of the lockdown, they couldn't really collect. Okay, so let me just introduce myself before I go on. My name is Alex. I'm an accountant. I'm also an entrepreneur, and I founded InTune, which is a finance and HR outsourcing for SME. I handle the marketing and the business development part. Tonight, we're going to share with you some secrets. We're going to bring in corporate partners, one of our associate partner, and they're going to share with you the secrets on how you can manage your clients and collect your debt most of the time successfully. Now, before I bring in the speaker, let me show you a video about corporate partners and what they do.
Due to Malaysia's rising COVID-19 pandemic crisis, several companies are affected by the slump in economic conditions. For instance, it has led the companies to have an increased and uncontrollable debt burden. Corporate partners are here to help you take action. We specialize in professional risk management and debt recovery. Not only a top-notch solution for your company, but we are also the only ISO-certified financial risk management for recovery management services in Malaysia. Here are our primary services. 1. Debt Management Solutions. Debt Management Solutions is an effective way to get your overdue accounts under control through extensive planning and execution of risk management and recovery procedures. We provide you a one-stop solution to monitor and recover outstanding debts. 2. Debt Recovery Solutions. Debt Recovery Solution is a process to recover your overdue accounts via legal proceedings. We will finance the litigation process from the beginning until the end. 3. Financial Service Solution. Financial Service Solution is a professional service on managing your business's financial standings. We will advise on the best practice to have a healthy cash flow. Our services include SME working capital, invoice financing, property financing, and credit leasing. Besides all the services mentioned before, we also provide added services such as seminars and webinars. We believe knowledge is key to advancement, and it will be an added value to all of our customers. Furthermore, it is fully claimable from the Human Resources Development Fund. These are our collaborative partners who have trust in our company's top-notch services. Besides being part of our clients, you can now also subscribe to essential business solutions and financing within our network. Why us? The only ISO 9100-2015 certified financial risk management for recovery management services in Malaysia. We only charge upon successful debt recovery. We are 100% legal, professional, and practical to ensure that your company upkeeps healthy risk management and debt recovery processes. Consult with us because it's now or never. Corporate Partners, your trusted partner in risk management and debt recovery.
Interesting. So from my dealing with corporate partners, they have also helped many clients. They have successful stories, they have served more than 3,000 clients, and they have many happy clients. So without further ado, we are going to speak to their senior risk management consultant, Mr. Chin Chen. He's part of Corporate Partner Consultancy, and he graduated from University of Malaya with a Master of Public Policy with a distinction, and he enjoys consulting his client on debt management and debt recovery strategy to mitigate potential business risk. Let me bring him in. Good evening.
Hi, Alex.
Nice to have you here tonight. Before we
Yeah.
start, why don't you tell us a bit about you and corporate partners?
I think you have already introduced me well just now.
Okay.
So I will talk more about corporate partners, which is a one-stop solution on this risk management in terms of consultancy, in terms of advising our clients, what are the steps and precautions to take note of in order to prevent and recover debt. Of course, we also have other divisions such as financial solution, but today we are going to focus on debt recovery and debt management.
Okay. So let's start with the big topic, debt management. What is debt management?
Okay, for the general definitions, you can Google online, but today, when we come in, we want to show you our CP context of what is debt management. So in our CP context, corporate partners context, yeah, debt management is how you manage your debts in terms of preventions. It is just like our annual body checkups where you try to prevent sickness by taking in supplements such as vitamins, or you try to eat an apple a day to keep the doctor away, so on and so forth. So we try to manage the debt through precautions such as prospect checking, debtor evaluations, debtor monitoring, even with letter of demand, and before it becomes a bad debt, which could have been, which
A
have which
proactive way of managing it. Don't wait until you become sick, then only go and manage it.
yeah, just like before a sickness become a cancer, yeah, you try
Yeah.
to prevent it, take precautions before it becomes personal. Yeah.
Okay. How about debt recovery? How is then debt management differs to debt recovery?
So in comparison with debt management, yeah, debt recovery is just like cancer stage already, where you fail to prevent, or in the first place you don't even prevent. That's why it becomes what we call in layman term a bad debt, a debt
Okay.
which could have not been recovered without
I
proper
see.
measurement.
I see.
So in
Interesting.
our CP context again, we define it as a recovery strategy in terms of court actions or
I see.
litigation.
Legal proceeding. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
which is true. I think sometimes a lot of even some of our clients, they don't really know what are the procedure to manage clients properly. Sometimes poor documentation. We have also have clients who are unable to collect because of the PO or the DO was not properly administered. Yeah. So I think that tonight will be a great opportunity for our SME community outside there to learn what are some of the general steps in debt management and recovery. And I'm going to let Mr. Lee talk more about that.
Hmm. What are the general rules and steps in debt management and recovery? This is question by our audience.
No, this is actually tonight. This is going to be the main thing. We roughly you're going to share with us, which I post up lah.
Okay, no problems. Because I don't have a script with me, what I'm gonna explain, what I'm gonna tell, they are all based on real case studies. Because
Okay.
our daily jobs um, are to consult clients, tailor our solutions based on their business needs in terms of
I
debt
see.
management and debt recovery. So if you
Okay.
ask me what are the general rules in debt management, I would say first we have to know um, what are the causes to have to what are the reasons which cause all these debt issues happens. Is it because you don't have proper prospect checking system, or you don't know your customers well before you even allow them to become your customers on credit terms? And what's your business flow? Do you take good care of your customers before they become bad debt customers? And what are the ways that you and your staff try to do in order to prevent them become debt management? So maybe you can give me some, because Alex, since you are in charge of InTune, I'm very sure you got lots of customers coming to you to ask to seek help on debt
Hmm.
management. What are the common common causes of all these bad debts to happen?
I think
Maybe
like what you
maybe from your examples, I try to give some solutions.
I think from what I see, even for Intune ourselves, I think it's
Mm,
important, like what you said, to actually, when we are taking on an engagement, to actually know our client and to set up the relationship of the delivery of the service and the collection of the service that we deliver. So for us, we spend a lot of time talking about the terms of the payment and the delivery part. So in terms of, we have a service delivery agreement together with the
mm,
terms of our engagement as well as the terms of our payment. So
mm,
it put clarity in terms of the business arrangement of when, at what level I have complete at what stage for me to be able to collect a certain amount of fees. And also
okay.
in the event of, let's say, gray area, or in the event of a dispute, how, like what kind of discount structure will be available. So I think for an accounting firm, that's what we do. But what I notice about a lot of our clients, they don't really go into that. It's like very casual. So they usually, it depends, some will just, like, deliver first and then just give an invoice. They may not
Mm,
even have a PO,
proper
or some,
business
yeah.
procedure, right?
Yeah, some, when they deliver, they don't. They just give an invoice, and then there's no chop sign return. There's no physical evidence of completion of the delivery of the product and services. So I think
Mm,
this is where some of the, it could be like you say, from lack of education, or they shortcut certain processes, which created a lot of when nothing happened lah. When something
yeah.
happened that time, I think that's where the headache come in a truckload lah.
Actually, you are right, because based on so many cases we have consulted, yeah, all the cases they are unique, and all the solutions that we tailor to them are also unique. So, do you agree with me that bad debts could have been prevented, or even to reduce to the lowest, if
Yeah,
in the beginning you have
definitely.
your business flow to be guided by experts properly.
Definitely. And I think that's part of our role when we support our client. We actually
Mm,
highly encourage them to follow the flow of a certain thing, because it's also in the accounting system as well, because we do matching. How do we know whether the service is, you just give me an invoice? So we usually will match it to the PO and the DO. In a way, it complement and it mitigate some of these unnecessary risks for disputes.
yeah. I think this what is debt management and debt recovery, they are linked to our six pillars of our core business, which could have been talked about it later. But let me share with you some statistics found online. Yeah. So
Okay.
according to the agemarkets.com, dated 26 July this year, uh, the bankruptcy and winding up cases have actually declined since 2020. So you must be wondering, I thought now during MCO time, the closes are closed, the business are closed down, and so on and so forth. Why is this? Why is this so? I thought the bankruptcy and the one-year cases should rise up, right, instead of decline.
True.
The main reason is because our threshold, yeah, for bankruptcy and winding up have already been increased. For example, bankruptcy previously it was 50K, and now it becomes 100K. And as for
Mm,
winding up, from 10K and becomes now 50K already. So we have to take precautions properly, because if you don't hit the threshold, yeah, you might be wondering, oh, what's the point of going to court case if I cannot sue the particular person bankrupt, or I cannot want that particular company to be worn out. But today we are not going to talk about to sue which people, to sue which company. We are going to talk about how we can prevent all this from happening. Yeah. And also share with you some other statistics that we found online. So according to another reliable source, yeah, Associated Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry (ACCCIM), They conducted a survey where they found out that 62% of the companies, they anticipated their sales would drop from the first half of this year, and 66% of the participants, from 62% increased to 66%, they anticipated their sales would also drop during the second half of this year. So in general, overall, these companies, they anticipated that 30% of their sales would drop. So what does this mean? Meaning sales, uh, the booming periods, during this MCO for sales, you cannot keep your sales target as like before, where you is already a norm that you experience sales of drop. But how can you improve your cash flow if there is no sales coming in, right?
Yeah, that's the number one challenge, cash flow.
Number one challenge. You you can, of course, you can take up loans, but don't forget that you have interest to pay. Yeah. So today we are going to talk about how we can prevent, we can improve your cash flow through debt recovery and debt management. And further to to add on, about 68% of the companies, they are not very confident about the economic recovery. That's why all our audiences, uh, our our audiences must take note that we at this point of time, we have to emphasize more on debt recovery and debt management in order to improve your cash flow generally.
True. I think most of our clients now are struggling with collection. Even in tune ourselves, we do have some clients which we are struggling because of the whole economic situation and yada yada. So yeah, definitely that's a very important criteria.
Okay, maybe we can jump to I will talk more about our 6 pillars of our core business.
Sure.
Okay, how CP could help our clients, especially the SMEs, through our 6 pillars: preventions, protections, educations, collections, recovery, and last but not least, the digitalization. As for preventions, okay, link back to what you asked me just now, Alex, how we could prevent it. When customers come to you, the first thing you must perform is financial health checking. I go back to the slide. Stay on the slide, yeah. You have to perform financial health checking to check if the customer is genuine, or someone, um, is the persons you are dealing with is the one you are supposed to, or are they fake people coming to you, or is the company genuine? So financial health screening is very important. And once they become your customers already, we have to also perform this data monitoring in order to know if there is legal cases going on against them. And of course, you have to know how to read the uh, financial statement, where talking to where I talk about all these profits, their liabilities, so on and so forth. Another pillar is protections. Okay, if you want to grow your business to become bigger and bigger, you have to find a lawyer to draft all these terms and conditions for you. Of course, we also provide this service of proper documentations, and also to enhance your terms and conditions in your day-to-day documents. After you get all your T&C properly drafted, then after you get all your sorry, there's a comment coming in. All right. Okay, after
No,
you
no,
get
no.
your T&C properly drafted already, then from there, if you need to go for court case in the end, if let's say dispute really happens, yeah, at least the situation is uh, in favor of you. Of course, we CP, we don't want our clients to become a follower. We want to educate our clients so that hand on hand we can grow together. That's why on and off, uh, we have these seminars, webinars, where our main topics are of course about debt recovery, and about educating our clients how to prevent all these debts, and what are the precautionary measurements could have been taken. Of course, when the debts really happen, because if you have so many sales, it is very unlikely that you got zero debts. Yeah, it is quite common that you have some a small portion of your debts which are which fall under the long outstanding debts. That's why you have to engage experts either to issue letter of demands or follow up properly by the negotiation experts. Then from there, once you recover your debts, then it is becoming part of your company's cash flow. And just now, like I said, recovery is just like the debt you cannot recover due to your poor measurement, poor precautionary measurements. That's why you have to come into recovery stage, where you have to find a lawyer to go for a court case. And of course, everyone knows. Alex, do you think litigation's case is cheap?
No,
Actually,
it is super expensive. I think not just expensive, it's not just, it's also very draggy. It takes a lot of time away from, like some of our, even I myself or some of my business owner friend, they need to spend time in court, sit down, do the paper, craft the witness statement, sign the affidavit, run here, run there. I think not just the money part, the money part is already costly. I think the other one is it take up a lot of the mental stress and time. I think that one is a big one.
yeah, even if you win the case already, in the end, do you get the full sum of money?
Usually no. Usually
Yeah,
no.
no one knows. Even
Yeah.
if I win the case already, will my debtor pay me the full sum that I'm claiming for?
Mm.
No one knows.
Yeah,
So
nobody
how to
know.
prevent all this? To it becomes bad debts, yeah. Do your precautionary measurements properly. Do TNC enhancement. Um, if it is time to issue letter of demand, then issue it out. If you don't know who to consult, maybe you can consult the experts.
Yeah. So always that's the same thing we always advocate to our client. A lot of time, a lot of the issue can be prevented. And
Yeah.
it's about spending some time and money upfront. It's
Mm.
just like what you say lah. Eat your vitamin first and eat
Mm.
healthily before kena potong by the doctor lah. I think this is what it means lah. So having that prevention is actually better than the cure itself lah. By the time you cure, sometimes cannot cure lah.
Mm. If you take your vitamins properly already, you also take your medicine, but somehow you cannot recover from your sickness. Yeah, you then you go for, then only you go for surgery. At least
Yeah,
no one to blame, right?
yeah, true, true. At least you have done the preventive part lah.
Yeah, you have done your part already.
Mm,
But based on so many cases we have handled, they are all could have been prevented
I see. Okay,
or
good.
even minimized. The risk could have been minimized. Yeah.
Okay.
And lastly, our last but not least, yeah, through digitalizations, where we try to make uh, re- make our recovery process, yeah, and also the prevention process digitalized, where we try to help our customers in terms of convenience. If you don't have manpower to do so, at least through digitalization, the machines will do all this for you.
Interesting. I think that would be an interesting part because I think a lot of our client, generally, even in collection, they only call and ask. They don't actually send a statement or they don't send reminder. So
Mm.
having a system that can take care of that would
You
really,
might forget. You
yeah,
might
yeah,
forget.
yeah. So it will really take away and also put them on the state to remember where are the debts, where are the amount coming from.
Yeah. Sometimes you even wonder, I got this client. Already, I already forget.
Which is
Oh,
true,
these
which is
people is
true.
still owing money to me. Oh, I cannot remember
Yeah.
how much is this one. That's why you have to make your process digitalized with all these auto reminder, auto warning letters, so on and so forth.
Okay. So how does it generally work, this auto reminder? I mean, they subscribe to you guys or is done, or you have a system that they need to subscribe to?
Yeah, for the details wise, yeah, because due to time constraint, these our audience can book our consult one-to-one consultations, and we will explain all this in details.
Okay,
from our pillar 1 up to pillar 6.
I see. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any interesting case study to share with our audience?
Wow, so many cases to share, but I try to pick 1 to 3. If I
Okay,
got time, then maybe I share more cases.
okay, okay. That would be great. So, can we have no one case study to start? So at least our audience will know exactly what does it mean by having good debt management system and debt recovery system.
Okay, bear in mind that our core business is debt management and debt recovery. That's why our clients, they all come from different industry. Example, um, there's plywood clients, hardware trading clients, subcons clients, um, those rental based business clients, and also even advertising, so on and so forth. So many clients. So today I'm gonna talk about a few cases. If
Mm,
your scenario, yeah, if your scenario is not reflected in my case study, you can also PM us or ask us during the consultation time. Then from there we can, after we know your questions or problems you are facing, then we tailor make our solutions for you.
sure.
Okay, one of the cases that we have resolved recently, yeah, is about uh, normal house contractor, meaning this is a kind of new business set up by our clients, where he go and renovate residential houses. Yeah, then he doesn't know how to go into project based uh, business, where you take up projects. Of course, the margin could have been higher compared to you
Okay.
do residential areas,
Mm-hmm.
because projects you got volumes, where
Mm,
residentials you go by end user or even the owner owner
mm,
himself. Yeah, so how we help these clients? First, we enhance the terms and conditions on his day-to-day documentation, such as EO, invoice, statement of account, and a few. And also we provide them uh, with the general agreements that they need in order to reduce their business risk if one day
mm.
he enters into these project-based businesses. And the second thing is we also mm, uh, encourage him on this financial help screening, where we encourage him to perform prospect checking on his customers. When new customers come in, oh, I want to award this job to you, the first thing is not to sign the LA, is to perform a checking on that particular clients. And if everything is okay, then only you go on with the job. Yeah, if things are not okay, then maybe you can think of part payments, or even some deposits uh, in terms of your collection. Then we also suggest him on when to issue letter of demand, and if let's say default really happens, we have a negotiation expert teams, where we can negotiate the outstanding due on his behalf. Then from there, yeah, he knows that he is well protected. Then when he really goes into um, accepting all this product-based business, uh, so far no issue. Else, he might call me to complain about stuff that he's facing. So as
Yeah.
we teach him proper SOP, the procedure, if he follows properly, uh, so far no issue.
Okay. Okay. Any other case study that you can share with us?
Mm, oh, there's another case. Yeah, we got a subcons client. He is in this steelworks.
Mm,
His main business is doing steelworks. Okay, this is a kind of very interesting case study, where when he engaged us, yeah, his
mm,
outstanding due by his debtors is about 600K, 600K plus lah. Then it
mm.
is approaching 6 years already. It is approaching 6 years already. Of course, due to our limitations, 6 year, 6 year act. Once the overdue has been more than 6 years, then it's very unlikely you can recover even uh, through all the ways you want to do the legal way. It's very unlikely already. That's why what we do was before the debt becomes an uncollectible debt, when he engaged us, his intention is to ask us to, okay, I want to sue these clients already. I really cannot tahan. He tries to run away with my money. So what we do was after our letter of demand was issued, then our negotiations teams, they perform a follow up on his behalf. And from there we found out actually this debtors, he also has a debtor. We call it debtor B. Okay, debtor B owes money to debtor A. That's why debtor A couldn't pay the sum to our clients. So
I
after
see.
knowing that, this debtor B, he signed up our debt management solutions. We call it DMS. Then from there, we do the same thing to his debtor C. Of course, the detail wise, due to P and C, I could not share so much. But the general rule is we managed to collect back the outstanding from debtor C. Debtor C managed to pay debtor B, and debtor B from there pays to our client. So we created a three wins scenario. We win because we don't even need to go for court case. Okay.
Mm.
Uh, then once our debtors manage to collect from his debtor, then of course he's happy. That's
So
why
indirectly, the client that you sign up is not the ultimate client. The client that your client wanted to sue becomes your client. When
yeah,
when
yeah.
the when that client collect the money, then everybody win. It's a three-party win. That's what you mean.
Yeah, correct. Because our negotiations specialists, uh, when they follow up on your behalf, they would know what's the roots problem. If the
I
root
see.
problem is because of you have uncollected debt outside, we try to find out a way instead of we pushing you to, you don't pay, we are gonna sue you.
Yeah, because if
If
the
you
main
cannot,
con is not
yeah,
pay, also can't do much. So might as well help the main con to get collected for the subcon to be paid sometimes.
yeah, yeah. But somehow I have to agree that somehow if we try all the ways already, if we find out they got no sincerity to pay, yeah, we also do litigation case. Yeah.
I see.
But that's our last resort. We try
Yes.
all our best before we even push you to court.
Surgery is always the last resort. Same thing
Yeah,
in
correct,
cancer.
correct, correct. Mm.
Okay, so I don't see any question from the floor, but yeah, if for those of you who wants to know more information about corporate partners, because 30 minutes have just swing by like that, so you can, I posted a link in the comment. You guys can click the link in the comment and register yourself to have a one-on-one consultation with corporate partners. They'll be more than happy to look at your case and work it through with you there. So what I get from tonight from corporate partners is number one is to be proactive in managing your business, especially in your sales cycle and your debtor management, to have the right
Mm.
terms and condition when you offer your product and services, the terms of payment, to know where is the cutoff as well, and to be managing it
Mm.
proactively. And in the collection cycle is to also have the skill set to keep in touch with the client and negotiate, and including part of it is to have reminder statement of account, before it goes to a stage where it starts to become doubtful or bad. And that's where the recovery process will need to start, where it will include further negotiation and or litigation. I think one tip that I learned from you today is sometimes before we even uh, do major business in certain clients is actually to have a check on them, because I think a lot
Mm.
of time we just assume, if I could use the word, that they are okay without doing a proper check. I think with today's CTOS technology and company search, a lot of things can be done in terms of a background check. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So this is
Oh
what
yeah,
I
to add on.
this is what I
Mm.
get from you. Yeah.
Okay, also to add on, if let's say we have done all the preventions measurement, then this still happens. Yeah, there's
Mm,
no other way. You have to go to court. We have this litigation financing solutions where,
Okay.
let's say you really engage us to go for court, yeah, we provide profit sharing scheme where
I see.
where we charge based on successful collections, how much we manage to recover. Then from there, uh, of course, in the first place, you have already known if we manage to recover, what are the charges and what are the percentage.
Interesting. So that means if those people who also don't have the capability to recover because they don't even collect the money for the product and services they have delivered, so you guys will come in to breach it by financing the litigation portion and then work out a sharing arrangement based on the amount collected. Lah.
Yeah, of course, that will also be our last resort lah, to go
Of
for
course,
litigation.
definitely.
As you said just now, court case, they are expensive, right?
Expensive and time consuming and mental draining. Yeah.
And you can't really estimate how much you have to allocate for this particular court case and to what
True.
extent you don't know. Yeah, that's why
True.
our last resort we have this successful collection scheme where many of our clients they are extremely interested in.
Interesting. Well, that will sum up our topic for tonight, and I think we will have more session with corporate partners from now on, in order to educate as part of our education series to our SME community as well. Any last word before we end the session tonight, Mr. Lee?
Oh, do you mean any comments or any advices?
Or any closing statement or any advice you can give to our SME in terms of managing themselves and how they could get value from working with corporate partners?
Not to say advice lah, to make it so serious, just from some tips.
Okay, tips, correct.
Some tips, which I would like to share with you guys. If you are having this finance, payroll, bookkeeping, HR, outsourcing, shortage of manpower, or you don't have the ability to do so, or even the capability, engage InTune. Ask Alex for help because Alex is the expert from finance to HR, so on and so forth. And if you don't have that capability or expertise on debt recovery and debt management, yeah, you can book our corporate partners consultancy one-to-one sessions. Then from there, either we can do on Zoom or we drop by your office. Then after we know your problem, together we work out some things which benefit you the most.
Yeah, and importantly is to take action before it's too late, because I think a lot of time maybe out of anxiety or worry, sometimes clients or SME, they don't take action enough. So I think the invitation for SME is for you guys to take actions and know that they are support system. If you need help in finance, come to us. If you need collection advisory, recovery advisory, goes to corporate partner consultancy. With that, thank you very much for your time, Mr. Lee. Thank you for sharing your intimate knowledge and insight about the pillars and some of the case study, opening a glimpse of light to our SME community that all debts can be managed, all debt can be collected with the right tools and the right advice.
I wish I could have shared more case success case studies, but too bad due to time constraint, we cannot do this. During this.
We will do more. Tune in for more. We will definitely have more session with corporate partners, or if we can, to Mr. Lee back to share more. And those of you who needs one-on-one with Mr. Lee, you can get him at 018-3111-731 or call 016-345-6656 for more information. And and that's the link will also be posted in the chat group. So have a chat with either Mr. Lee or Christine for your debt solution and debt requirement. Okay, with that, I'll end tonight's session. Thank you very much again.
One last tip, Remember, take action before too late. That's my final advice to you.
Yeah, take action before too late. Action is what matters, because if we don't take action, we don't collect money, there's no cash flow, which is true. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Alex.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.
InTune Outsourcing is providing you a full scope of accounting from A to Z, exactly like an accounting department with a CFO, but not based in your office. InTune enters supplier invoices into accounts payable and do reconciliation with suppliers to make sure that our records are correct. InTune also processes payments to suppliers, staff, and expenses, updating sales invoices into accounts receivable, including collection received, providing statement of accounts to clients so that they can collect and chase money from their customers, providing the financial reports, including but not limited to profit and loss, balance sheets, cash flow, debtors and creditors aging, advisory and financial coaching, including presentation of accounts, highlighting key areas and key analytics to improve and grow clients' businesses. At the year end, we represent our clients to work with their auditors and tax agents for compliance matters. InTune also represent our clients to deal with different bodies and agencies such as Income Tax Office, Customs Department, EPF, SOCSO, and other authorities for matters relating to finance, business, and HR. So if you're still facing accounting problems, you need a professional like InTune to help you. Well, get InTune to fine-tune your decisions.